Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Martay. I am a 26-year-old South African attorney who moved to the Netherlands at the beginning of this year. It's been 9 months since we moved to the Netherlands. We moved at the end of January. It's getting closer to a year and I've been pretty reflective about how it's been for the past 9 months, and I thought it would be a good idea to make a video giving an honest review of life when you're a South African or maybe any person moving to a new country, and also kind of how it's changed me and my life and the way I look at things. So I'm gonna start off with moving to the Netherlands has completely changed my life for the better. I know that's a really bold statement and I don't want anyone to romanticize it. I think a lot of what you see online about people moving to new countries are all the highlights and kind of like the best bits of it. But when I say that it completely changed my life for the better, I'm actually referring to how it's changed me, I guess, as a person. I think moving to a new country, depending on how you look at it, can be a clean slate in terms of who you want to be and the way you want to reinvent yourself. Moving here meant I knew no one around, no one had any idea of my history or my background, and you're kind of just free to exist outside of the social web that was created around you in your hometown. For me, that meant taking on challenges I always thought were outside of the realm of possibility for me. For example, I signed up and completed my first half Ironman in September. That was an amazing experience. I'll tell more about that in another video if you want, so please hit the like button if you enjoy this. But I also think it challenges you, or it forces you to grow, because you're completely alone. You need to start from scratch. You don't understand the language. It's a lot colder here than in South Africa, so there were a lot of challenges, and I've honestly just felt like the growth that it has brought into my life has changed me for the better, so I'm eternally grateful for that. Another thing that totally changed for the better is how safe I feel here, and this is something I have touched on in other videos. Feel free to check those out down below. I think people completely underrate how crazy it is to have safety. Just look how beautiful! Really hard to be sad about anything when you're walking in a park that is as beautiful as this one and you are completely alone like I am and just feeling totally safe. I walk to my office, I walk to the grocery store, I walk at night alone, I walk having headphones in and being on my phone, which took a while to get used to, but I do that now. And it's crazy to me how much mental space I have left open now. That's really been amazing. I feel like people in the Netherlands are also generally quite friendly, or at least that's been my experience. I do feel like you gotta give what you want to get, so I always approach people with friendliness and it's usually well reciprocated. But I mean, in terms of living qualities, I can totally understand why so many people choose to live here and why so many people move here. It's just, it's safe, it's friendly, everything works. You get really used to everything working pretty quickly. The other day I was complaining to a friend about a train being 10 minutes late, and I thought to myself, wow, less than a year ago you were living in a country where there wasn't any public transport, so it kind of just is crazy how quickly you adapt. And yeah, honestly, it's just been, I got a job in a new line of industry, and the way that they treat us and the way that they respect your personal time is also something that I'm not used to coming from South African work culture. I think I have like 25 or 30 leave days. I know this differs from company to company in the Netherlands, and yeah, you need to check that out for yourself. But they're so understanding when you want to take leave and kind of almost invite you to take leave leading up to important events. So that's been amazing for me as well. I will say though that I think I maybe came to the Netherlands with a warped perception of how it would be in terms of making friends. This is something I was quite surprised about, but it's been 9 months and I still don't have a single Dutch friend. It's not from lack of trying and it's not from lack of exposure. I just think that the Dutch lifestyle is really closed off to making friends that aren't also Dutch. I try my best, I try to speak my broken Dutch, but I think it's entertaining for people for 5 or 10 minutes and then they're kind of like, okay, we're done with this now, which is fair. When I'm in South Africa speaking Afrikaans to my friends, it's not intentional, but it's kind of like you're not really open to conversations with people who can't speak Afrikaans. I guess I can't really be surprised about that. I just kind of thought 9 months in I would have kind of like a group of friends. I also blame a lot of media because it is not like they show in the movies where you just drop down in a new country, in a new town, and your neighbor becomes your best friend or something like that. It takes a lot of time to build a friendship. So this side, not so surprisingly, the bulk of my friends and the people I've spent time with are either other South Africans who are living here or expats from other parts of the world. So I guess being an expat makes you part of a really wonderful community. I've never been surrounded by so many inviting and friendly people, and I think there's really a sense of camaraderie in being an expat together in a foreign country, because everyone is a little homesick, let's face it, and you're just a little bit more open to friendships than you maybe would have been back when you were comfortable in your home country. And then also weather-wise, guys, yeah, it's not always easy, I will say that. The shit weather does get you down, let's be real. I mean, I come from sunny South Africa and just the lack of light has been atrocious. Even in summer, I feel like it was summer for a week and then winter again for 3 weeks, and then maybe summer for 2 weeks and then winter again for 4 weeks. So it's really been a mess this year. And I know even the locals have been complaining about the weather, and that's when you know, like when the Dutch people are like, oh, heel slechte weer. And another thing about living far, this has definitely been the hardest part for me, is being far away from loved ones. And it was all kind of fun and well the first couple of months, but now I'm starting to miss really important life events for people that mean a lot to me, like an engagement or a bachelorette or a wedding or something like that, and that really hurts. Or even watching my nephews grow up. So stuff like that, there's nothing really that you can do to make it better. That's just kind of, it's the situation that you're in. And I will also say that the flight tickets between South Africa and the Netherlands are so expensive. It's not easy to go visit your family. They're not very accessible, even if it is just one straight flight, or even if it is on the same time zone. It's not easy. Water break. One last thing I'll say on definitely being a little bit of a challenge living here and moving specifically from South Africa is definitely the lack of affordable domestic assistance, and just kind of needing to rewire your entire day-to-day schedule to suddenly fit in vacuuming, mopping, dishwashing, laundry, cleaning toilets, cleaning showers, decalking a lot of your basins, cleaning your windows. The list goes on and on and on. And I think when you were raised in an environment with really affordable domestic assistance, I've had cleaners in every single house I've lived in, and I wouldn't really regard it as a luxury in South Africa because everyone I knew had a cleaner. So I think going from being used to divvying out those items in your day-to-day to someone else versus you and your partner having to do all of them alone, definitely been not a challenge. I think it's good. It teaches you a sense of responsibility and pride in keeping your area clean. It's just time that you now need to fork out for something you weren't used to forking out for the past 25 years. So that's been pretty interesting, and I can literally see dust on my floor where I vacuumed yesterday. Can someone please explain to me why there is so much dust in the Netherlands? Because I clean every single day, and no matter what I do, it still piles up. I'm not gonna get upset about it. Yeah, I think I actually want to conclude this video on a high, and that really is to bring it all together by saying that this move has really changed my life completely. I don't know if it was just me specifically moving, or if other people who have moved abroad have felt similarly to the way I have. If you are someone who's watching this who's living abroad, please leave it down in the comments below if you've also experienced this. But I kind of felt free of all the constraints that were holding me in a particular type of place back in South Africa. It changed the way that I eat, it changed the way that I exercise, it changed the way that I put myself out there. My confidence has improved because it has to. It changes the way you tackle day-to-day tasks. It's just really been incredible. I'm so grateful every day to wake up in a country where I'm safe, everything works, we have power 24/7, I'm able to walk everywhere. I know this sounds counterintuitive because South Africa is so well known for its beautiful nature, and it really is. The Netherlands doesn't have anything on South African nature. I'm sorry, Netherlands, I still really love you. It's just not beautiful here, unfortunately, and I know the locals will say the same. In spite of that fact, I still feel like I'm actually outside more on my day-to-day because of the lifestyle that you're able to live in this side. In South Africa, you're driving in a car from your home to the office, and then from the office to the gym, and then from the gym maybe to the promenade to walk or run there, and then back in your car back home. So you're actually only outside for maybe 20 to 30 minutes in a day, versus here walking is incorporated into every single thing that I do. I literally walk the 2 kilometers to the office. I do sometimes get weird looks from people and colleagues because they don't understand why I don't just bike, but I think this is me overcompensating for all of the years that I wasn't able to walk everywhere. So I walk there, and then I walk to the grocery store, and then I walk to the gym, and then on weekends I go cycle everywhere. So it's just, I'm definitely noticing that I'm getting more fresh air here, which is really quite a pleasant surprise. So yeah, all in all, even with the legitimate struggles and the lows, I've definitely had a couple of lows this year as well. I, with a lot of confidence, can say moving to the Netherlands has changed me as a person for the better, and I'm so thankful for it, so excited for what's to come. And I'll give another update on a year. Maybe something changes in the next 3 months. For those of you who are still watching, thank you so much. Please leave a comment down below and subscribe if you haven't already joined this really cool family. If you want me to do a more in-depth video of this, where I talk more about like factually all the things that are good, all the things that are bad, or if you're wanting tips on how to move abroad or how to find a house, because that was quite difficult for us, then please leave that down below as well. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you soon. Bye!